Cause on my website, exotic. Revving the engine, well, city dependent. I gotta finish it, I want opinions, she wanted things, yeah. She want a ring or some sort of arrangement, yeah. Something that's dangerous. I wanna change it, I wanna claim it, yeah. I want it painted, yeah. She quick to say no cause she know she a diamond, yeah. She getting quiet, yeah. She on the diet, she want a massage.
What's going on? It's your man's movement on the mic. Yo, what's your word? What's the word? What's going on? It's your man, movement on the mic, Friday episode. Yo, it's been one crazy week, pretty long week. The headlines have been going nuts, absolutely crazy. We're going to get into a couple things, couple topics. Check it out. We're going to get into some Nicki Minaj news. We're going to get into some Usher news. We're going to get into some Christian rock news. We're going to get into some politic news. We're going to get into a little bit of everything. Some of the most trending topics of the week. Y'all knew I was going to get on this mic. Friday edition, movement on the mic. Man, let's get it, right? Alright, so check it out. So, it's been a long weekend, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of things done, you know what I mean? Work has been crazy, you know what I mean? Writing down a lot of spoken word, that's been pretty good. You know, I got a lot of surprises for that. I'm dropping Coming Soon Series Part 3 later on today. Friday's about to be bonkers, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard my Coming Soon Series Part 1 and 2, please go check that out. It's on the Instagram, it's on YouTube, you know what I mean? That basically chronicles my beginnings from leaving Minneapolis, coming to Miami. You know what I mean? Crazy. It definitely chronicles the struggle that I had went through, and some of the struggles that, you know what I'm saying, that I was going through, and this, that, and the third, and basically just switching up my environment just so I can create a better life for myself and preparing better lives for my daughters. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is. I had to give myself a whole nother vantage point. And so that's exactly what the Coming Soon Series Part 3 is. I'm excited that I finally decided to drop that. So that's a little bit of news for Moo Man right there. Let's get into some topics real quick. Let's get into some Nicki Minaj, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, so check it out, right? As y'all know, Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? She's spearheading the Barbie series movie. You know what I mean? I mean, she came out as a Barbie. She basically is Barbie. I like to think that Nicki Minaj has changed the face of Barbie itself. You know, everyone knows the bleached blonde hair, blue-eyed, white Barbie skin complexion. Now I feel like every time we think about Barbie, we think about Nicki Minaj. We think about the Barbs. We think about the women and young ladies who follow Nicki Minaj, straight stunting, straight Barbie. You know what I mean? 100% lavish. That kind of lifestyle, that kind of personality, that kind of swag, pretty girls. You know what I mean? And I like to think Nicki Minaj single-handedly darkened up the Barbie scene. Check it out. I got a headline right here. But not all things have been peachy and cream with Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? But yo, she's doing some things right now. You know what I mean? Like, for an example, I got a headline right here. Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage rumored to become Call of Duty characters. The two artists may show up as operators. Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage are two artists at the top of their respective games right now. Of course, Nicki is set to release Pink Friday 2 in November. Moreover, 21 is currently on tour with Drake. He has been in Boston for the last couple of nights. However, he will not be making the trip out to Montreal. In fact, 21 cannot attend any of the Canadian events for the tour. Although this has proven to be disappointing, Drake is ready to rock the show on his own. When you think of both 21 and Nicki Minaj, you probably aren't thinking about Call of Duty. Well, you may just have to change that attitude very soon. According to a leaker by the name of Hailman Alex on Twitter, there is some data mining that suggests the two artists will soon be characters in the game. Call of Duty, ladies and gentlemen, and we're talking about the next one that comes out. Okay, we're talking about Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. I'm excited because whenever I can, how I can, I like to get on the game, especially Call of Duty. Just to let y'all know, I am a high level at that. I'm excited, y'all. Y'all excited to see Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage Call of Duty operators? What? That's gonna be crazy. That's a bag for both of them. Shout out to both of them. They are both conglomerates in their game. And let me just say this, Nicki, 21 Savage, hope y'all been brushing up on your Call of Duty skills. Hope y'all been brushing up on that Spectre skills for Nicki. Hope you've been brushing up on them sniper skills for 21. Because if I catch y'all up on them games, if I catch y'all anywhere on the battlefield of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, best believe I'm at y'all head. There is no quarter, okay? I love y'all both, but there is no quarter. Y'all better get it right or get it down, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna move on. Shout out to Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage, yeah. All right, so speaking of Nicki Minaj, like I said, remember I said that not everything has been peaches and cream. Oh, I mean, for her, I think it has been peaches and cream, but for Usher, not so much when it comes to Nicki. I got a headline right here: Nicki Minaj fires back after Usher throws shade over Barbie-inspired wig. Fans were quick to call out Nicki's wig. Nicki Minaj recently shared a clip of her kickboxing with her husband, Kenneth Petty. She's working on her hand game. She's working on that stand-up game, just in case she has to cut down some of these females that come close to her, too close to her or her baby. Shout out to her whole entire family. She was spotted, however, wearing a wig that she later sported at the Barbie premiere. Fans quickly noticed some inconsistencies in the wig, as some strands are shown in the clip. Users rushed to comment, demanding to know who was responsible. Who the hell cut the wig? One user commented on Nicki's post. I did, she told him. Who gon' check me, boo? Ooh, she was kind of spicy. I think she knew her wig had a little bit of inconsistencies right there. In another Twitter reply, the rapper later expanded on her artistry. It's a new style I made of cutting it up like Barbie hair and leaving it uneven with a few long strands I missed, she wrote, alongside a laughing emoji. She also called the look Jagged Edge Barbie. The wig had continued to get the attention of social media users, and Nicki appeared to have had enough. Wrap this up by the end of the business Eastern Standard Time, she told followers poking at her. Listen, I think she was feeling away, okay? Nicki, she has a bold personality. She likes to think she's a hardcore. And she is hardcore when it comes to her raps and when it comes to her artistry. But when it comes to that personality, when it comes to her little personal things, she gets a little insecure. You can hear it. You can hear it a little bit. Can't you hear it? I can hear it. I heard it. It kind of made me feel away. Listen. Nicki Minaj Barbs. Look, check it out. Y'all can't keep coming at Nicki, okay? Sometimes she gets a little sensitive. And I know I said in the beginning that I said Usher was what? No, I meant users, okay? Listen, I'm making mistakes, okay? Are y'all gonna come at me? Of course y'all will. Listen, okay? Sometimes we miss a few strands. Sometimes I miss a few names. Sometimes I miss a few words and phrases. So, damn, you know what I'm saying? What are we supposed to do? I am informing. My job is to inform and to entertain. Nicki's job is to write lyrics and to premiere for the Barbie movie as she destroys all haters and literally changes the face, like I've been saying, of the Barbie ideology in the minds of all little girls worldwide. I mean, a generation. I mean, like I said, to me, that's huge. All right. Once again, shout out to Nicki. She's been making headline after headline. We're moving on. All right, so check it out. Want to get into Hollywood shuts down as actors go on strike. All right, now this has been a story that's been ongoing as y'all been keeping focus on AI AI, Chat GPT, you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the third, and the rumor mills, which is no longer a rumor now because now you have a lot of producers and a lot of movie studios who are using artificial intelligence to write movie scripts. And not just write movie scripts, write shows, TV shows, sitcom scripts, etc., etc. Listen, this is costing a lot of writers, a lot of screenplay writers, a lot of screenwriters, producers, and this, that, and the third, a lot of money. Some of them are getting fired left and right. The rest of them are going on strike. This is going to propose a lot of instant stops to all of our shows, all of our Netflix shows, and even some of the new movies coming out. Like, for an example, do y'all want to see a complete shutdown of Deadpool 3 before it comes out? All right? Okay? I don't want to see a stop of Deadpool 3. I've been waiting for Deadpool 3. Okay? Do y'all want to see a stop to all of the other movies that we've seen trailers to for this last week come out? No. Okay? They done already canceled Family Guy. They done already took down Bob's Burgers. They done already took down a variety of shows. Stranger Things, that's in jeopardy. I mean, what's going on here? Okay? Listen, I got an article right here. All right? And this is crazy because it's like, it's been going on for the last couple months and it's only picking up steam. We're talking about artificial technology putting over 90,000 screenplay artists, writers, and the like out of business. All right? Check it out. I got an article from Andrew Marzal. The Hollywood Actors Union began to strike at midnight Thursday, after negotiations to reach a new contract with production studios ended without an agreement. Actors will join writers in first industry-wide walkout for 63 years, effectively bringing the giant movie and television business to a halt. Okay? The Screen Actors Guild, representing around 160,000 movie and television actors, tweeted a black picture along the message 12:01 a.m. PT. That's a wrap. All right? The SAG-AFTRA had issued a strike order after last-ditch talks with studios over dwindling pay, and the threat posed by artificial intelligence ended without a deal. This is a moment of history, a moment of truth. If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble, SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher told a press conference following the union board's unanimous vote to strike. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines and big business. Writers have already spent 11 weeks protesting outside the headquarters of the likes of Disney and Netflix after the demand for better pay and guarantees over the use artificial intelligence were not met. Movie studios have already begun reshuffling the calendars, and if the strike drags on, major film releases could be postponed too. A strike prevents actors from promoting some of their year's biggest releases. At the peak of industry's summer blockbuster season, Drescher told AFTRA and the SAG-AFTRA was duped into extending negotiations for 2 weeks by studios that wanted to promote their movies. But we were duped. They stayed behind closed doors. They kept canceling our meetings, wasting time, Drescher had said. It's probably all to have more time to promote their summer movies because nothing came out of it that was significant. Let me tell y'all something. And shout out to the SAG-AFTRA, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Writers Guild. Shout out to them all right? Because they're artists too, and I'm an artist. And now when my artists get threatened, their artistry gets, you know what I'm saying, not the recognition it's supposed to get. Mind you, the biggest threat right now is artificial intelligence. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, I need to know, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Like, we're talking about some of the biggest shows on Netflix, some of the biggest movies, to come out this summer. It may not come out. You see what I'm saying? And then what happens after this summer? What about the fall? What about the winter? What about going into 24, 25, 26? You see what I'm saying? Like, what is going to be the scope of the entire frame of Hollywood? And it's not so much Hollywood for me. It's so much the artistry, the community of artists, of screenplay writers, book writers, authors, producers, you know what I'm saying? Production writers. I mean, what's going on? Is this really the road we're gonna go? We're gonna allow artificial intelligence to take out the artistry, you know what I'm saying, behind the film, the creativity behind the production? We're really gonna allow that to happen because of what? The effective and efficiency of getting it out sooner and quicker? There's no way that artificial intelligence can replicate true creativity and true artistry. It can only replicate what it has been programmed to do. Artificial intelligence cannot then learn anything new. It just recreates what it's reprogrammed and programmed to do, ladies and gentlemen. I've been saying this for a while, even before this was even mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Those who've been following me know, and those who know me know. I've been saying this for some time before it ever hit mainstream. I'm like, check this out. Artificial intelligence, this is going to be an issue. But we're still far off from what in our minds we think it could be. Terminator situations and Skynet situations, we're so far away from that. This is just the beginning. But if this is just the beginning, then that means what's coming next may be a little worse. Let me know what y'all guys think about all that. We're going to move on. All right, y'all, I got some news straight out of NBZ, or ABC, NBZ. Straight out of ABC News, ladies and gentlemen. Congress. Arizona Republican refers to Black Americans as colored people in House floor debate. I need to know right now, before I even get into this article, what are you guys' thoughts on that one? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to give y'all my thoughts, very, very short, quick to that one. I don't care. The reason why I don't care is because I have a true understanding of the origin of the word nigga, for an example. The word nigga comes from the origin root word nagus, which means king, and it means God, and it means glory, and it means Lord, basically all in one, okay? The nigga, or, you know what I'm saying, nigger, because I can say that, are the muted forms of the original root word nagus, when it was transliterated into first Portuguese, then Arabic, okay, at the beginning of the slave transatlantic trades. You see what I'm saying? In order to practice the science of otherizing, you see what I'm saying? In order to psychologically imprison ourselves in ourselves, and to look down on ourselves and our looks. But we got some of the most beautiful looks in the world because we're the original people. And our melanin is what gives us our color. Melanin. White people have melanin too. It's why they have green eyes, green and blue eyes. It's why they have red hair. It's why there's pink and all the places where pink is supposed to be in the human body. That comes from melanin, ladies and gentlemen. So while white people are melanin insecure, you see what I'm saying? And always have been since the beginning of their civilization from the Sumerian kingdoms when they were first civilized. Them referring to us as colored people and then Moors and all this, it doesn't really bother me. Because to me, I feel like that's a cry of information that they want to know on a subconscious level. And which is why I just gave a little bit of that information on this podcast, moving on the mic right now before I get into the article. But let's jump into it. Republican Eli Crane used the derogatory phrase in describing his proposed amendment to a military bill. Democratic Rep. Joyce Beatty asked that his words be stricken from the record. Okay, stricken from the record because he knew what he said. Eli Crane referred Black people as colored people Thursday on the floor debate over his proposed amendment to a non-defense policy bill, promoting a stern rebuke from the former chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. My amendment has nothing to do with whether or not colored people or Black people or anybody can serve, said Crane, who is in his first term. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. Lawmakers were debating a series of GOP-backed amendments to the National Defense Authorization Act, which the House aims to pass by the end of the week. Crane said his amendment would prohibit the Defense Department from considering race, gender, religion, political affiliations, or any other ideological concepts as the sole basis for recruiting, training, educating, promoting, or retaining decisions. The military was never intended to be, inclusive. Its strength is not its diversity. Its strength is its standards, said Crane, 43, combat veteran. So he basically said that the U.S. military strength is not in its diversity, which means its strength doesn't come from the multitudes of Black people who've been serving in the U.S. military since the beginning and founding of this country. No, it's in the standard. But then the military standards have dropped considerably within the last 10 years, allowing pregnant women to be on the front lines, allowing transgenders to be on the front lines as well. Now, shout out to transgenders. That's not what I'm saying. Shout out to all transgender people who believe and live that lifestyle in a peaceful manner. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm suggesting is, on a psychological level, you have to be sound. You have to be fit, capable, and able. It's hard to believe for some people, and this is my opinion that I'm giving that some people believe, it's hard to believe for some people that transgender psychological state of mind is 100% fit to deal with the pressures of being on the front lines and dealing with the pressures of the strategic intelligences that has to be bounced back and forth from radio to person to field to field, all at the drop of a dime, all at the shot of a trigger. If there's a confusion on the biological and psychological level, people feel like that confusion on a biological, psychological level will seep into one's actions professionally. That is what I mean. So think about that, and then you get a clear understanding as to why Crane said the strength of the U.S. military is not about inclusivity, it's about standard. That right there, to me, is much worse than what he said by referring to us as colored people. That statement was way worse. Moving on, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. You can keep playing around these games with diversity, equity, and inclusion, but there are some real threats out there. And if we keep messing around and we keep lowering our standards, it's not going to be good. So not only does he believe that diversity within the military somehow lower the standards of the military itself, we will no longer be able to combat the threats that he's proposing is out there. And I'm pretty sure he's right. There are definitely threats out there. However, the true strength of a military is about its diverse ability to adapt. That requires a diverse military to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Moving on. Immediately after Crane finished his remarks, Joyce Beatty, a Democrat from Ohio, asked that the derogatory phrase he used be stricken from our record. I find it offensive and very inappropriate, says Beatty, who was the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus in the previous Congress. I am asking for a unanimous consent to take down the words of referring to me or any of my colleagues as colored people. I see, now here's where I have to stop him there, because I don't believe that it should be stricken from the record. No, if he's speaking how he feels, hold how he feels accountable. We need to hold these people accountable. We need to hold people who are prejudiced accountable. We need to hold people who are racist accountable. We are in 2023. If you are still racist, if you are still prejudiced in any way in 2023, you have a mental, psychological problem. You need to go to the hospital. Okay, that's what you need to do, because the population worldwide is 90% of the population, if not 100 by now, is mixed with some sort of African descent at this point. Generation after generation definitely have some sort of African descent. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And just for the record, if there's any prejudice or racism or racist people listening to my podcast right now, keep this in mind. The Pope has the Black Mary. Okay, the statue is black because it represents the black woman. Okay, they kneel to that every day. And here's another thing: the heritage, alleged heritage of Queen Elizabeth, all the way to Charles, all the way down their line, mind you, has African blood in it, allegedly, which is the reason why they have all of our African jewels in their crowns. So keep that in mind. You see what I'm saying? Like, keep all of this in mind, that the black nobility is on top of the world. And if you haven't realized that by now, you see what I'm saying? I suggest you do your research. Because again, if you have any racism or prejudice in your blood because you have a lack of melanin, you have a mental problem. It's a mental disorder at this point. It's a public health crisis. You need to go to the hospital. All right? Because your hatred is not divisive when it comes to the psychological standing that you have. What I mean by that is, a lot of racism or a lot of racist people, they have hatred because of lack of melanin in their skin. But it's not the lack of melanin in their skin is the reason why their hatred spurs. No, it's the stereotypical ideology that's been fed to them throughout generation after generation. The stereotype of the black person, the propaganda that's been fed in TV, the propaganda that we as black people promote in hip hop, something we should definitely reconsider, and the propaganda that their own community pushes to their kids. A stereotypical version, a straw man of the black community worldwide. That's not who we are as a people. It's what we promote in hip hop for money. And that in and of itself is a crime against our own humanity. But again, this is the reason why things like this get said on Senate floors, okay? Because it undermines our progress as a people, in my personal opinion. So us as a people, we really got to reconsider what we're showing to these people. And mind you, and it's not even just that, because again, no one needs a reason to hate. They're gonna hate anyway because they're insecure, melanin insecure. So they're gonna hate regardless. You know what I'm saying? Their populations are dwindling, so they're gonna hate regardless. My thing is, if things like this keep happening and we have all these threats against our country, this is not making it any better. And if they know that, then there has to be a conscientious decision of competent people who just need to pull away from these people and really discuss what kind of standard needs to be pushed into the government. Moving on. All right, y'all. So I got some variety. I got a variety topic right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask y'all this. What would y'all think if y'all seen a show on TV of senior citizens trying to get it in? And we're not talking about trying to get it in on a sexual level. No, we're going beyond that. We're talking about the beginnings before it even hits the bedroom. We're talking about dating. We're talking about vibing. We're talking about going out for drinks. I got an article right here. The Golden Bachelor watch first teaser for senior citizen dating show. A senior citizen dating show. When I say that the senior citizens out here are much younger in their vibes than 30 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, it actually brings a smile to my face. I mean, they must be in shape right around now. But of course they are, because the grandmas are going to be 20 years from now even. They're going to be more in shape than the ones that are popping right now talking about they're trying to do the Golden Bachelor. Okay, listen. I got an article that says, after years and years and years of waiting for the Bachelor's franchise's senior citizen spinoff, the first teaser for the new series is here, and ABC's first promo exclusively revealed by Variety. The franchise's signature the franchise signature red rose is turned gold for its golden man. The quick trailer is set to the tune of This Magic Moment. While Variety has the first footage for the show, the Golden Man isn't being unveiled quite yet. ABC plans to reveal the identity of its mature mystery star next week on Good Morning America, Monday, July 17th, so stay tuned for that. Okay. And mind you, they've been mulling this over for years, they said. Years and years and years. I'm actually excited to see the dynamic. I want to see what kind of senior citizens is about to be on the Golden Bachelor. Okay, not that they turn the gold and rose, not that they turn the rose gold. No, and I'm a rose dude. I'm part of the rose gang all day. You know what I mean? Got it tattooed on my skin. My thing is, that's gonna be pretty crazy to see, but it does bring a smile to my face to know that senior citizens in this generation and generations to come are gonna be even more fit, even more popping. Y'all wait and see. We moving on. Okay, so I got another article right here dealing with artificial intelligence, ladies and gentlemen. CEO fires 90% of support staff saying AI outperforms them. All right, he's getting absolutely roasted, by the way. Tough but necessary. Sumit Shah, a 31-year-old CEO of an e-commerce platform called Dukan based in India, is getting torn to shreds online for firing 90% of the company's customer support staff after arguing that an AI chatbot had outperformed them. It was an unusually callous announcement that clearly didn't sit well with plenty of netizens. That's what we call citizens on the internet, netizens, as Insider reports. We had to lay off 90% of our support team because of this AI chatbot, he tweeted. Tough? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely. In a lengthy Twitter thread, laden with screenshots from action movies such as iRobot and Limitless, Shah argued that response times plummeted from over 2 hours to less than 2 minutes thanks to the AI chatbots. Talk to the bot. But not everybody is buying the CEO's excuse for laying off dozens of employees, allegedly cutting his customer support budget to just $100 a month. Make no mistake, one Twitter user wrote, the support team was laid off here because business is failing and funding is dry, not because of AI. So he used AI as some sort of scapegoat, saying that, oh, AI outperforms my team. To be honest with you, that says a lot about the kind of characters you're looking for as far as hiring anybody. Because if no one's on their job to begin with, you've hired the wrong people. But to fire 90% of your squad for AI, or try to blame it on AI because you're doing bad business, bro, you're about to get canceled overnight. Guaranteed that. You know what I'm saying? It's Moo Man on the mic. If you've been listening, and if anybody been listening, can y'all please go to this article and definitely read the rest of it? Because oh yeah, he's definitely got to get canceled. But that's not even making good business decisions, especially a spurious decision such as that. I mean, I hope you don't have any IPO attached to your business, because I'm not buying a stock, nor am I buying any shares into it. As a matter of fact, I'm selling it if I already did buy it. Y'all might want to tune into that and think about that, everybody. If you do have any shares or stocks into that business, reconsider that. You know what I mean? One Reddit user wrote, I'm terrified of the future where we will never speak to a human again in customer support, which means we will never get a problem solved. It'll just be passed around between bots. You know what I'm saying? No regrets. Shah, however, told Insider that he had no choice, though he did say he regretted posting about the layoff on social media. Over time, everybody will start doing this, he said. It's not just us. Maybe I'm too straightforward to have put it on Twitter. And of course, he is not entirely wrong. Plenty of tech companies have announced layoffs while also making huge investments in AI tech, Insider points out. The prognosis is pretty grim as well, with researchers warning that plenty more jobs will be taken away from humans and given to bots in the near future. But gloating about laying off most of your customer support staff on Twitter isn't just inhumane. It also shows how little tech CEOs like Shah actually care about people that work with them. Okay, he never cared about you. Okay, it was never about relationships or building up fundamental interpersonal skills for business development. No, it was simply about the money. It'll always be about the money for some people, and that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? It's pretty sad. We're gonna move on. All right, y'all, we are at the end of Friday's special edition. I hope it turned out for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, those were some crazy topics. There are more topics developing. Saturday, I'm coming out with the Saturday edition tomorrow. I may come out with a special broadcast later on today, depending on how certain stories develop, and then depending on how other things shape out. You know what I mean? Stay tuned. I want to shout out to everyone that's been listening to the podcast. Shout out to everyone that gives me a halfway point of attention. I appreciate you to the utmost standard, because this is what I do. I do it for therapy. I do it for information. I do it to let you know. I do it to let myself know, and I do it to stay informed. This is a life dream for me that I am living out. You know what I mean? I can't be any more grateful. The only thing that I can do is to show you that I can grow and improve on screen, on camera, on the mic. My artistry, my spoken word, my character, me being the man, you know, standing on my square on all 4 points. You know what I mean? My gratitude for anyone who's listening and anyone who watches is so big. You know what I mean? This is why I keep doing it. It's why I keep pushing forward. It's your man's Moo Man on the mic, Friday edition. I may drop a special edition later on today. Stay tuned. All right. Definitely check me out on all platforms, anywhere you get a podcast, anywhere you get your YouTube videos. Download me, subscribe, like, follow, TikTok, Instagram, and y'all know what it is, yo. It's your man's Moo Man on the mic.